I mean, wow, this is starting to turn into just one of the best smokes I've ever had. The old guy here with Robert McConnell since 1848, the original red Virginia pipe tobacco. I read about it, thought I'd try it. Stopped in my local Colorado Springs pipe tobacco store, and cigar store. Oh, they've got the world's largest humidor, I swear. The Stag, Austin Bluffs. There we go. I got my Italian stubby here. So I packed them as I had read you do stubbies with big bowls. Seems to have worked. It's very even smoke. Now it's sweet in a good way, and that's the tobacco leaf. I don't think, maybe one of you could tell me, but I don't think there's any tastings or anything like that. It's got a hint of Perique in there. And that red Virginia tobacco, which I found out is a result of a certain strain of endophile, or as I call them, endophiles. They feel like doing what they want to do to the tobacco. There are several strains of endophiles. This is a very smooth and even smoke. I'm not through it yet. Maybe I'll make a note at the end of it, because I always like those last 10 puffs. They usually take me somewhere else. Even with the old codger blends, I can get a little nicotine buzz. This is an Italian briar, and I just can't. All I have on here is Italy. I got it off of eBay or somewhere. Back when I used to smoke pipes a lot, I had me an amazing stubby. I forget what they all were. I had a whole collection. Stopped for 25 years. Just got back to it several months ago. Everybody should have a stubby. A bit of citrusy coming out now. Pleasant, very pleasant. As the lower tobacco absorbs the flavoring from the upper tobacco, there's starting to be a real good flavor landscape going on. So what I did, though, it was a little moist. I stuck it out in the sun, on the lid, inverted, on our hot stone little stoop there, and that dried it out great. I mean, 10 minutes. It's 80 degrees out now, so I would say about halfway through the bowl, this took a turn from the very present citrusy flavor. Now it's developing a very rich undertone. I'm bad at describers. Would to say it's slightly chocolatey? I don't know. You know what I mean. I'm the old guy. It's hard for me to remember things, but I could still smoke. A very good sipping tobacco. I don't know if it's a tobacco, the stubby, or the combination. But I'm not having to work at this. This combination is doing the work for me. So I guess when you try this Red Virginia, do it in a stubby. Oh, the rehale is so rich. I call it French inhaling. I don't know if I'm right or not, but that's what I've been calling it since 1965, I think. 67 when I started smoking. Actually, my first smoke was corncob pipe when I was 7 with the corn silk in it. And I think that counts. That was 1962. Dr. Bill says 80 degrees for 10 minutes in the hot sun on a piece of flat rock or concrete. Perfect. Now I was going to grab the tamper. I don't need to tamp it. I only tamped at the beginning. After the initial tamping we all do, I gave it one more tamping, and that's been it. Great smoke. I'm drinking my rooibos tea with just a touch of honey in it. But it just took on a leathery effect. Almost like I'm in the saddle shop, and I've been in a few. Wow. That's the best $22 I've invested in a long time. Short tin, look. Short tin cost me $22. I would have paid $33, maybe $44 for that short tin. This is an amazing smoke. Now, why am I reminded of when my father used to smoke? Whatever he did, it is meerschaum pipe. I don't even know what it was. I think it was a cherry blend. I think it's a mild flavor, a mild scent of his aftershave. Just a hint. And that's bringing back a very evocative memory. And wow, man, I love this stuff. Virginia Red Tobacco, Robert McConnell. So when I was a wee lad, back when most couldn't remember it, but I have these memories of like 2 years and 3 years old that just, I can remember like I was just there. Me pretending I fell asleep in the back seat of the 49 Chevy, the old beater that Dad used to drive Mom and my older brother and my older sister and my younger sister around in. Maybe coming from the drive-in, back home from the drive-in late at night that was halfway up the road to Camden from Penns Grove. This is in New Jersey at the top of the Delaware Bay where we eat the muskrat we trap. No, not all of Jersey is Joyzy. Don't even think that. Northwest Jersey? I mean, you're looking at Pennsylvania deer hunting territory up there. But it's Jersey. South Jersey, it had a strong fishing industry. Right at the top of the bay where it turns into the river. There's still crab in there. Blue claw crabs, my lord. Grew up with Dad. He grew up on the river, and we go down to Grandma and Grandpa's, go out in the little dinghy, go fishing. I caught the biggest carp of anybody. I caught a carp that weighed twice as much as I did. Not that we ate them, but they are a great catch for a little boy thinking that he's the best fisherman in the world. That was me. I really was the best fisherman. Then I hit puberty, and I've caught in like 2 fish since. So I'm not a fishing dude anymore. Got into music, toured the U.S. and Canada, put out several records, CDs. I was in that era in the 80s. have had a great life. I've had some challenges. Should have been killed a couple times. I shouldn't be walking out, but I am because, you know, the nicotine in here makes my nicotinamides happy in the brain. And so that's why we like tobacco. We have tobacco receptors in our brains, ladies and gentlemen. So there was Dad. He would be smoking that meerschaum pipe with some cherry blend. And we'd be watching horror shows on Saturday morning. All kinds. Saturday was horror show day out of the stations for Philadelphia that we could pick up. This is all antenna, black and white. This was back in the day of dial phones. And before that, I remember picking it up and saying, "Operator, could you give me DE 46709? Yeah, we had operators back when I was real young. So this is just going real smooth on me. I'll be back in a bit and let you know what the end's like. I think I'm nearing the end. All of a sudden, a matured fruity tang, and actually like a slight menthol flavor. Now, there's no menthol in there. That's pretty amazing. So the endophiles, I found out, make the red leaf red. It's the endophiles. It's the microbiota. There are specific strains of microbiota that makes the leaf a red Virginia. And of course that's going to affect the flavor. And my goodness, I like the endophiles. They, endophiles, I don't know. I'm the old guy, I don't care. They've done a great job on this. I am thankful of God's creation. The intricacy of the balance of everything. And I think a good pipe tobacco proves it. Proves there's a God. You can't help but get spiritual on this. God knew that we had nicotine receptors in our brain. God told Adam to go water that tobacco plant, tend to it, put a little dung around the roots, horse dung, because everybody was vegetarian then, even horses. Slow sip, excellent bouquet of smoke. Flavor that's aging. It's like it's maturing in the jar, like years and years with each puff. Thank you, tobacco blenders. Thank you, tobacco growers. Thank you, you who have provided us with such wonderful smoke. Only an initial tamp and one long way, but one now. I tend to put it in at an angle to the front when I get to this point to push more of the tobacco around the pipe hole. There's something special about these last puffs. I'm getting down to the end of it. I'm getting this sweeping The very broad nicotine buzz. Now, you might have seen the other video where I shared about a recent concussion, maybe 3 months ago. Anybody who's been through a concussion understands. Anybody who hasn't can't begin to understand. But it's a roller coaster ride. One day you think it's all going to come together. And that's usually the day it comes crashing down. But I'll tell you, pipe tobacco, researching it, going online, seeing, oh my goodness, I met Dr. Alan Harrelson on Pints with Aquinas. That man is a wealth of. I think he's got a tail to spin. He's got a tall tail to spin, but like he is the best tall tail spinner there is. Yeah, the last sips here. It's going to go out shortly. Let me tell you how this is going out. See this guy behind me? I'm starting to ascend. Like the smoke's ascending. You know, the Bible talks about the angel of the Lord in Revelation mixing our prayers with the incense. Well, I think there's a little prayer going up on this. I think the angel of the Lord is sitting right here to my right. Prayers for the saints. Oh, look, a surprise. Thought it was going out. Well, listen, this is going to smoke a lot longer, I think. So let's go ahead and get out, and I'll come back in. I just tamped it again, pushed things to the pipe hole at an angle, and all the flavors I described, they're starting to burgeon. They're all conflated with each other, and they're expanding into a full, rich-bodied flavor. I highly recommend this. This might be my new standby. A little bit more than I'm used to paying. I mean, I'm paying that for a double tin of Virginia #1 Ready Rubbed Mac Baron. But I'm getting 3 and 4 times the smoke out of this. This is just amazing. I'm excited about this tobacco. Can a tobacco get you excited? This does. And my little stubby. You know, I tried something when I first got this stubby and it just didn't work. But I think this stubby was made for this right here. Now, how can somebody in Italy figure out how to make a pipe just for this European blend? Maybe the pipe maker, maybe this is his standby. Robert McConnell, the original red Virginia pipe tobacco. Look at Robert there. Robert's hanging out with a native brother. Maybe it's the Cherokee Choctaw that I have in me. Maybe up to an 1/8, possibly a 16th, but no less than that. Cherokee Choctaw. And this last bit is appealing to that native blood that I have. There it goes. It's going. Or is it? This is the last of it. So this is the old guy. Let me tell you, these last puffs, the last, I usually say last 10 puffs. This is like the last 40 puffs. There she's going. Just about. Hold on. Wait. The native blood in this tobacco says, hold on, Bill. I got a little bit more to give you. The last essence. The last little bit. And I am up there in the clouds. She says, I'll give you just a few more. I like you, Bill. You're the old guy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you supporting the tobacco industry. I appreciate you buying pipes and entering into the pure native spiritual ceremony of the smoke. That's it. Au revoir. Old guy signing off. Look at my eyes. I'm just going to sit here. Drink my rooibos tea. Just a bit of honey. Smoking the flavor of the bowl. Wow. This tobacco just made this bowl. Look, there's nothing in there, and I'm still able to smoke it. What an amazing smoke. Au revoir. See you up there in the clouds.